Beautiful Aquarius, hello and welcome to your October 2024 Tarot Forecast. I'm Ms. Eden and Aquarian family. I am so happy you're here. Welcome. This is going to be a general reading for Aquarian sun, moon, and rising signs. Y'all, if you don't know your moon or rising sign, a quick internet search for a birth chart calculator. There's also plenty of free astrology apps that can get you a birth chart and get you that information. All right, y'all. Aquarians, don't sweat it if you don't catch this video right after I post. Know that whenever you happen across it or feel that tingle to watch, that's the time for you to receive this message. And I do hope that there's something in this message for you, Aquarian family. To all the longtime subscribers, welcome back. I'm so happy that you're here. And thank you all so much for your comments and your likes. I love the feedback from y'all. So thank you so much. Keep it coming because it really helps me know how I'm doing and how these readings hit and resonate for you. I also love hearing what's going on with y'all and just checking in, you know, on anything and everything. To all the new subscribers as well. We have some new subscribers who've joined the family. Welcome. I'm so happy you're all here. So this is a conversation. New subscribers, definitely leave me some comments and let me know how these readings hit for you. I'm really interested, you know, how I'm doing. It's kind of like if I don't hear from you, I'm just kind of shooting in the dark. And while I do trust myself pretty strongly at this point, it is always nice to hear from the family as well. All right, and hear how these resonate for you. The last plug, okay, and then I'll move on, is that I also have an Instagram. If y'all want to catch me on another social media platform, which I don't have many beyond here, an Instagram, that's it. That link for my Instagram is in my bio, y'all. And there's plenty of stuff over there that gets posted that doesn't always make it over here to my YouTube, all right? So, beautiful Aquarius, let's just keep growing that family. And thanks again to all of y'all that have subscribed, liked, commented, shared. It really does help, and I deeply appreciate it. Sending y'all so much love. Let's get into the astrology of October, Aquarius. We're starting off the month with a new moon solar eclipse, all right? So the energy's been picking up. I've been saying in a few videos now, forecasts, astrology forecast, tarot forecast, that from here to the end of the year, pace is going to be picking up, right? And we're in it now. It might have been like, get ready for it, start prepping for it, but in videos prior, but now we're really just smack dab in it from here to the end of the year. A lot of big shifts, sudden shifts, changes. Some may be quite shocking, right? From the mass and world scale, even down to our individual lives. So just, you know, brace ourselves collectively. So this new moon solar eclipse is in the sign of Libra. It's the last eclipse of this eclipse season, which at the filming of this video, we are in the midst of eclipse season right now. It's also the last eclipse of 2024, y'all. So this is really a solid wrap up to a lot of things that have been going on for us that, I should say, like opportunities for us to learn, right? Learning opportunities that have popped up for a lot of us in our lives. And new moons are all about fresh starts, new beginnings. So how is that panning out, especially with this eclipse, which makes things happen really fast, like a lot faster than other periods astrologically. But with this eclipse happening in the sign of Libra, this is calling us all collectively to review, where is the balance in our relationships? Are our relationships balanced? Where do they need balance, right? And this is not just romantic relationships, y'all. This is about our relationships to, yes, romantic partners perhaps, but also it could be family, friends, co-workers, the world at large, our planet, our relationship to self, all of that. That's coming into focus, right? With this new moon solar eclipse that we're having. It also highlights, this eclipse highlights the north and south nodes. I won't get too heavy into it, but just note that those are points on your birth chart. And it's normally 99.99% of the time the north node only that's shown. So the north node, you can tell what your south node is because the north node is the sign opposite. They are the opposite signs of the zodiac. So whatever sign the north node is in, the south node is the opposite sign. Right now, the north node is in Aries and the south node is in Libra. We got this new moon eclipse also in Libra. So our nodes highlight all of our karmic baggage, one could say, the lessons that we need to learn, the karmic contracts that we came into this life with. All of that is highlighted in this north-south node energy, just some of the things you need to take away from this. So that's going to be highlighted, again, that how are we doing with our relationship balance in our lives? Leave it in the comments. How is that going for everybody? Then on the 9th of October, Jupiter stations retrograde in the sign of Gemini. On the 11th of October, Pluto stations direct, meaning it goes out of retrograde. Now, that period between the 9th, where Jupiter goes retrograde, and the 11th, where Pluto goes out of retrograde, means that those couple of days before the 11th of October, all of the outer planets will be retrograding. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. All of them in retrograde. So my intuition tingle says to mark your calendar, your calendars, because I think those days are going to get a little spicy on the world stage. The periods around when planets station direct and when they station retrograde always gets there's a little more friction on those days. And because it's outer planets, this is all about what's happening on the larger scale, right? Big paradigm shifts. So Pluto is going direct on the 11th, and it's moving into Aquarian energy, and it's left this energy of Capricorn where it's been for a while. Capricorn, just like Pluto, is all about power. Capricorn is all about power dynamics, control, stability, governments, top-down power. So those systems are being shaken up, as we can see if you just look at the news on any given day, all around us, around this period, I've noticed especially. And that's a lot of this big shift of Pluto out of a heavy earth sign of control and top-down power of Capricorn into a lighter air sign of Aquarius, which is all about justice, balance, truth, power to the people, humanitarianism. So the power is going to get redistributed big time. All right. And again, when things happen on the mass scale, it happens slower than what we see happen, in our day-to-day lives. So mark your calendars, y'all. Mid-month's going to be spicy. And if that's my prediction. Then on the 17th of October, we have a full moon in Aries. Again, highlighting those lunar north and south nodes, right? With it being the north node in Aries. So full moons, culminations, wrap-ups, finalizations, ending cycles to begin new ones. And it's in Aries, all about the self. So what do we got to work out with ourselves, right? How is our ego blocking us? A lot of opportunity to release old patterns with this full moon. And it will touch a little bit of that eclipse energy, even though the eclipses will have wrapped up at that period. It definitely will highlight whatever we see happening during this eclipse cycle for us, right? So y'all, I'm going to try and put a longer video up for October for the astrology, because that was just the highlights astrologically. But there's a lot more business to October. So the big themes are, again, the pace is picking up, get ready for change and for big shifts. And I hope that, again, with that understanding that the only constant in life is change, that means we can ride these shifts a touch easier, right? All right, beautiful, beautiful Aquarius. Let's get into your tarot reading. Here you go, coming into the month as the Page of Wands. So, spirit messages, leaning into your creative side, your inspired side, is all where you're at right now. You are very focused on your energy, how you're wielding it, and very much a spiritual connection. We have Saturn and Neptune, a lot of planets in Neptune right now. And so Saturn and Neptune almost demands us to get serious about our spiritual development. Seems like a lot of my Aquarian family are doing just that. The energy surrounding Aquarius in October is temperance, balance. Absolutely. Didn't we just talk a crap ton about balance and the astrology with all the Libra energy? This is also like, you know, your guides, your angels looking out for you. You're surrounded this month by perhaps those beings of the non-physical nature, living in on other realms and existing in other dimensions, still very much there, just not in the 3D, not in the physical. So balance is key, you realize, Aquarius. And that's why you're leaning into more of this spiritual practice, this like taking care of self as well, leaning into your inspirations, your creativity. Absolutely. At the base this month, it's like some of y'all have been feeling left out in the cold. 5 of Pentacles. Some of my Aquarius have maybe felt a little lonely, like they don't have any support. It's hard to come by. But remember, support is always there. We just have to be willing to accept it. Okay, so some of my Aquarius might have been going through a bit of a rough patch. And that may, again, have pushed us into that place where we are more willing to explore our spiritual side, where we are willing to bring ourselves into a little bit more balance, spaces of rest and stillness, nourishing ourselves inside and out. I'm all sorts of tongue-tied today. In the past, you have this Queen of Wands energy. You got wands all over the place this month. All about your energy and how you're using it, what you're creating, what you're manifesting. So again, very much spiritually connected. This queen is deeply creative, deeply spiritual, lively, brightens up a room with her energy. And is willing to listen to spirit as well, because there it is. There's your spirit guide again. So you have your angels, your spirit guides with you this month. And last month too, supporting you, since this is in the past, right? So you're sitting very comfortably in this space of spiritual balance and contentment and development. Like you're feeling it. You're feeling good with all of that, despite some other things kind of hitting maybe our physical worlds a little harder, since this is Pentacles, about kind of more physical resources, right, at the base. So a lot of my Aquarian family might be feeling like they're waiting for their ships to come in, waiting for opportunities to wield all this energy that they got, all this insight that they're gaining, all these creative inspirations they're receiving and developing and writing down. And it's like you see, some of y'all see the ships in the distance and they're coming in. Conversely, this might also be that some of my Aquarius have sent some ships out. And now they're kind of waiting, right? Waiting to see what happens. What word do they bring back to you? Because you're taking that initiative. Again, it's just wands, 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 wands. Coming up in October for my Aquarius tower. Okay, yeah. How do I even start with this one? It's scary, but it doesn't have to be as scary as it looks, Aquarians. So this is like mid-late October. Again, maybe around when all those planets are kind of shifting, retrograde and direct kind of motions with Pluto and Jupiter, I believe I said. Have it right here, yeah. Or perhaps it's the full moon. But this is divine intervention. This is the universe coming in to say, you're off course. So I think that's why maybe you're stepping back and just kind of working on your spiritual side. Let me I can't grab this last one. That's why you're working on your spiritual side with all this wands energy. So the tower doesn't have to come for my Aquarian family. This is a little bit of a heads up, depending on when you catch this video, right? So this is a little bit of again, a heads up for my Aquarians that there's something in their lives that needs to change because it's not built on solid foundations. And when the tower comes in, that means that we've been denying that for long enough that now the universe has to intervene to get us on the right track. So again, silver lining, because it's about getting us on the track that is right for us. And when I say right, I mean like the one that lifts us up, that makes us feel good when we go about our day to day, right? When we feel aligned. Yeah. So it's a little bit of a warning. If you've been avoiding something, Aquarius family, if you know something's got to change and you've been dilly-dallying, don't dilly-dally too long. Because here's what'll happen. The universe will come and change it for you. And it's not smooth. Whenever the universe has to intervene, it doesn't do it lightly. So it's usually better if we take it in our own hands and make the change ourselves, right? But this is definitely about breaking something down so that you can rebuild anew. Because again, these foundations that something has been built up on for my Aquarians they're not strong foundations. They're ready to topple. So just make sure that you're not sitting at the top of that tower playing naivete when that thing's going to topple, right? Do the work, Aquarius. Do the work that you need to accept. Because I know we got Pluto going into your sign. This is a big shift for y'all. This is like big paradigm shift for my Aquarian family, because Pluto will be in Aquarius for the next, I can't remember off the top, but it's like many years. What, 16, 20, something like that. I can't remember. And yeah, Aquarians, you know what it is with that tower warning that's giving you anxiety, because it's the thing that's giving you anxiety and sleepless nights right now. This is about also just feeling like we're taking on all the problems, everybody's and our own. You don't have to take on all the mental strain and stress. Okay? I like that this blanket, I don't know if you can really see, if I can pull that back. So it has roses. And also, yeah, it's kind of blurry, but the blue patches are the signs of the zodiac and the planets in our solar system. So again, you just need to remind yourself and wrap yourself in that connection with spirit, with the universe. Seeing if you got roses anywhere else popping up over your reading. So feel your feelings, Aquarians. Do what you got to do you know, but don't let it overtake you where this is where we get to, right? We don't want all this. We don't want all this. Other people see that your fortune's, you know, Wheel of Fortune is turning for you. And that's not a bad thing. But there's a lot of change for my Aquarians happening this month. Again, the only constant in life is change, y'all. So the wheel turns, doesn't always stay good, doesn't always stay bad. And Aquarius, I believe you're on this card. Yeah, here you are. All the fixed signs are in the corners. You got Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, right? So you know that this is a part of life, but other people see that this change that's going on. Make sure, again, that you're changing and turning this wheel up instead of letting the tower turn it down for you, right? And all the mental anguish that we might be carrying in our minds, these responsibilities. Like, really suss out how much of it is your responsibility to take care of. Your hopes and fears are, yeah, damn, Aquarius, deep learning month for y'all. Like, some of y'all might be going through a bit of a rough spot, maybe a bit of depression, dark night of the soul kind of situation for some of my Aquarius family. Meet that discomfort with curiosity, y'all. That's like my new favorite saying, because it has something to teach you. So this is in your hopes and fears. This is all about your intuition, but very primally based, like kind of that protective instinct, right? Very much based in fear. And this card also has an eclipse on it. So my Aquarians might have quite a busy eclipse season, to put it lightly. If you're willing to share, throw it in the comments. I would love to hear some of the busyness. But y'all got to make sure that fear, right, because it's hopes and fears for my Aquarians, that fear doesn't lead you here. Understand and meet it with curiosity, because it has something to teach you, right? And if you're in an unknown place and you're just like, I've never been here before, it's so unfamiliar, I'm so fearful, I'm so scared. It's kind of like that's where you need to be right now. We're all shifting and changing. The card of Pisces. And again, we have a lot of planets in Pisces right now. So final words for October for my Aquarius family is the Star. Again, going back to just like the energy surrounding you coming into October. Temperance, right? Remember? Balancing. That's how we get through it. Because the tower comes up when things are out of balance. So the universe is literally gently, supportively, lovingly, compassionately screaming at you, Aquarius, to balance yourself, nourish yourself, lean into spirit to help you, and ask for guidance and signs, because it'll always provide. You just need to be open and receptive. Repeating numbers, song lyrics, license plates, feathers, animals, certain words you see or catch. I mean, signs and synchronicities could exist all over the place. And the universe has many avenues at which to make a little phone call to you. And it's screaming at you to balance. So my advice for you is to balance this month and make that your top priority, because you will gain the clarity that you need to avoid, again, this tower energy, this 9 of Swords, and bottom of the deck. Be mindful of your expectations. That's going to get you into trouble, Aquarius. 3 of Swords. It's not a Cups card. Yes, there's a heart, and it looks like it's getting torn up in this picture. But this is all about the pain that we inflict on our minds from our expectations of situations, because that expectations can be dangerous, right? Our expectations lead to disappointment a lot of the time. It's better if we just let it go. Let it go. those responsibilities and expectations that aren't yours, that are just not reasonable because the reality states differently, right? That's the thing with expectations and disappointment. So lean into your nourishment, your balance. Nourish and grow your spiritual side. Yeah, absolutely. And you'll make it through. And you'll do better than that. You'll do better than making it through. You will come out wiser and stronger on the other end. All right, beautiful Aquarius. It's going to be a wild month for a lot of us. So hold tight. We got that big Pluto transit going into Aquarius energy, so I know y'all are feeling it. Sending my Aquarius so much love for October. Y'all, if you enjoyed this message and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because it really, really helps this channel, and I deeply appreciate it. Thank you so much for helping this family grow. Another thing I like doing before we wrap up, come back mid-month, end of the month, after some stuff has happened this, October, and see how is this reading hitting for you. Because I'm very curious to know, and I always like going back and reading my own forecasts for certain things, like end of the month, and to be like, oh, wow, yeah, So I always find that really helpful too. All right, beautiful Aquarius. Much love for October. Take care, y'all.